Do you think you're paying too much tax? Because I do, especially if you're a higher or additional rate taxpayer. And I've got to say, I'm feeling really sorry for people in Scotland right now because the Scottish government have actually introduced a 45% tax bracket for people earning over £75,000, and so that's pretty penal, right? For people owning over £75,000 in Scotland are paying 45% tax. It's not as bad as that in England and Wales, but it's still high. Okay, threshold's 125 in England and Wales for paying the 45% tax bracket. But do you know what? As a property investor, it's a massive problem, isn't it? Because if you're a higher or additional rate taxpayer, it's just not working. You're not earning anything like as much money as you used to be able to do in property. Now, one of the things that I take advantage of with serviced accommodation is a thing called Capital Allowances. And Capital Allowances allow you to earn tens of thousands of pounds from your property income tax-free, but the properties have got to be serviced accommodation in order for you to be able to do that. And it's one of the reasons why I've turned my buy-to-lets and HMOs into serviced accommodation, because I can then claim capital allowances. In other videos of mine, you'll hear how I talk about how you can avoid Section 24 tax. But if you are a higher or additional rate taxpayer, this should be definitely get your attention with capital allowances, because capital allowances are an amount of money that you can earn tax-free. So when a property is turned into serviced accommodation, average around the UK is about 35% of that property's value becomes the capital allowance, which is the amount of money you can earn tax-free. So let's say the property is worth £200,000. That's £70,000 worth of capital allowances, and that's tax-free income. Now, if you are a higher or an additional rate taxpayer, just think how much, even as a basic rate taxpayer, but definitely a higher or additional rate taxpayer, just think how much tax you are going to save by turning the properties into serviced accommodation. Now, why does this work, or how does this work? Well, service accommodation is a trade, and once the property is turned into serviced accommodation, it becomes, the property is a trading premises, and the capital allowance is created by all of the plant and machinery in that property that creates the capital allowance. Now, it's the value of all of the plant and machinery in the property creates the capital allowance. Now, if you think about what is now plant and machinery, it's what is necessary in the property to conduct the trade. So therefore, it's the kitchens, the bathrooms, the radiators, the boilers, the furniture in the property. It's like if you take the property and shake it, everything that falls out is the plant and machinery. And the value of that creates the capital allowance, which is the amount of money that the owner of the property can earn tax-free. So you might be struggling with buy-to-let or HMO already, especially with Section 24. Have a look at some of my other videos and I'll talk about that. But you might be struggling already. Turn the properties into service accommodation. They don't have to be fancy, by the way. You know, bog standard inner city properties, contractors and trades love staying in those as an alternative to a hotel. It's now a trading premises. You can now claim your capital allowances. And literally, people watching this video might be sat on millions of pounds worth of capital allowances on their portfolio. And in my experience, when I've turned buy-to-lets and HMOs into service accommodation, my income has times by 5, okay? The actual cash flow as times by 5. And the really cool thing is that with the capital allowances, that's an amount of money that you can earn tax-free. Now, when it comes to buying property, I still buy property, but I use it as service accommodation. You don't have to buy it in a limited company, because a lot of people think the default position is buy property in a limited company now. Now, the reason they do that is to avoid Section 24. Well, Section 24 does not affect serviced accommodation. And it's important when it comes to capital allowances that you don't buy in a limited company, because if you buy it in a limited company, the capital allowances are offset against the corporation tax. So that's currently 20%, but the money's still in the company, right? And to take that out, you've got to pay dividend tax. And if you're a higher rate taxpayer, that's going to cost you a lot of money to take it out. Whereas if you buy the property in your own name, you can then put the money straight. Let's say you earn £100,000, you've got 100 grand's worth of capital allowances, that money straight into your bank, tax paid. So hopefully that was useful for you. Hopefully that was interesting. I think you're paying far too much tax, especially if you are a property investor. My advice is to pivot over into service accommodation. And my strap line in service accommodation is more money, less tax, and no tenants, because you have guests and not tenants. Now, if you want to learn more about all of this stuff and how you can start and scale a service accommodation business in 2024, I'm going to be running some service accommodation discovery days. They're going to be at the training suite in Peterborough. And if you would like to attend for free, then type yes in the comments below. And I will send you a link where you can get 2 free tickets to attend my service accommodation discovery days in 2024. And for those of you that come along, I'll give you 2 guides how you can use booking.com and Airbnb and get the most out of those platforms. You'll also get a copy of my Property Soldier book. 100% of the profits of that book go to homeless veterans suffering from PTSD. And you'll also get entered into a prize draw to win a one-to-one consultation with me. And you'll also get entered into a prize draw to win my service accommodation online training that retails at over £2,000. So type yes in the comments below if you would like a link, and you will be able to win all of those things. You'll definitely be able to get the bonuses by coming along to the SA training and entered into those prize draws as well. So I want to help you start and scale your service accommodation business in 2024. Type yes in the comments below if you'd like to attend, and I'll see you there. So for me, the Property Soldier, remember, your future needs you. I'll see you next year. Take care.